Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out, y'all.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45, man. Feel like we just hit the red carpet up in here, Heather B.
I like it.
We got We TV newest stars just arrived into the building. Treat them like they are. They're superstars. Give them a round of applause. Grown up hip hop.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Let me see who we got. Who we got here? Ayana is here. This is the daughter, Wonder, DJ Wonder. This is the daughter of DJ Hurricane right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A legendary DJ Hurricane.
You gotta say legendary.
Legendary from the Beastie Boys, from the Afros, from all kind of music production that man has done that inspired us.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Excuse me.
Oh, wow. Absolutely.
That's Shania right there. Look at her with her glasses and her flair and her glare.
She ain't got time for you, Sway.
Yes. She ain't never missed a meal. You know why? Her daddy's Jermaine Dupri. Oh, my God.
Right behind you. There you go. Right behind you. Right on time.
Walk by.
He walking.
Brandon over there. What up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Man, you need to pick his brain. He's around the smartest people in this business. His mother, Deborah, Waka Flocka Flame.
Shout out to Deborah, man.
That's his
Shout
family.
out.
Man,
Shout
Brandon,
out.
welcome to the show.
Appreciate
Welcome
it.
to the
Appreciate
show. The man right there on the camera right there, you see the gold. You see him, Heather. You see the new
see
jacket.
me?
Look at his sneaker game. I don't even know what he got on, but
It's
I know they nice.
crazy.
One of the greatest of all time, Jermaine Dupri is
No
here.
doubt.
You know, your man, your artist came late to the show. We couldn't. You heard about that? I told him that's the part of the rap
Which one?
game.
Which one?
I don't even want to say his. I don't
Oh.
wanna put his name out there. You know. Yeah, sure, that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I said
first he
right on
skipped
time.
out on us one time, and then he came about 30 minutes late. I rap gamed him.
Oh, yeah.
I rap gamed him. Knew JD would appreciate that. This lovely young lady right here was here with her mom not too long ago to talk about her new project. Welcome her back. Sonique is here, lady.
Family.
Thank you.
And the most popular man on the internet today right now, ladies and gentlemen. You known him for spitting bars for as long as he's been alive. You seen him on the big screen. You seen him on the TV screen. You seen him date some of the most beautiful women the game has ever seen.
And you see me on the plane, too.
And you seen him on the plane.
Yeah. How you gonna say all of those? You see me, I was.
At least he was on the plane.
Yeah.
Some people can't ride the plane. They go Greyhound. The one and only Shad Moss, a.k.a.
Sway.
Bow Wow.
What up, big dog?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm up.
You up now,
I got
man.
some
Y'all been
rest
doing your
last
rounds,
night.
son. Ayana, what's it feel like,
Yeah.
man? You living like a star, man. I mean,
Oh my gosh, no, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
But this is crazy. Like, I'm so sleepy right now.
Yeah.
I don't see how people live I don't see how people live their life like this. Like do this every day.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't know.
Yeah, she's
I don't know
not
if
the
I'm
morning
ready.
Check
person.
that Sway got you. You'll be up here every day.
it's a part of the game, though. This is like it. Even though you've seen it before, it kind of make you appreciate what your parents did to get to this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my dad, a lot of this stuff, I ask a lot of questions, and I don't even have to ask anybody from the network. He'll automatically know the answer. I'd be like, how you know that?
Yeah.
He'd be like, what you mean? I've been doing this since before you was born.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, right? Shania, you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, but I mean, this is cool. It ain't nothing to me. Like,
Oh.
wait, no, I'm saying as far I'm saying as far as the waking up early and stuff like that. I mean, we taking care of business, so. But it's real cool.
This is going to be fun because, a lot of times we hear about you guys and we read about you, but through your parents' lens. So for this young man, but now you get to show the world who you truly are through this show. Brandon, who are you, man?
I'm an artist developer, Sway.
Talk about it, man.
I'm an artist developer. I enhance anything in the entertainment business that you set in front of me.
Okay.
If this is what you really want to do, that's that. I have a degree in psychology, so what I've done, I've merged two lanes
Let that
of
breathe. Let that
mental
breathe.
health.
Okay.
I've merged the two lanes of mental health and entertainment business.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing, man. Were you inspired by Deborah? Or
I was inspired by many people.
Okay.
Many people. My mother is definitely one of the main factors.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Talk about the mental health side of it, because it's something that black folks in particular don't like to talk about. Anytime somebody say, I think I should go sit down with somebody, people fast to say, ain't nothing wrong with you, just suck it up. Or what? How much have you seen people need that side of it?
You know what? Mental health is, I'm going to say this. For our people, we were raised in an environment where, what happens in this house stays in this house. What happens in this house, if it affects me out here in this real world, I'm going to go and get some help for it. And a lot of people need to know how important mental health is. I mean, there has to be an awareness for it. That's what you guys are going to see somewhat coming up this season that we have on Growing Up Hip Hop.
Okay, that's what's up.
So it's a lot, I'm telling you.
Get in there, Tracy.
I might need a chair for this.
Get at them, man. I talked to them yesterday. Go ahead.
Well, I have a couple questions, but still staying on you because I'm really liking everything that you're saying. I'm not sure where you are in your journey yet professionally, but have you worked with anyone yet that we may know, like the public?
Currently I'm working with Johnny Blaze, Cash Doll, and I'm more into the independent side of things.
Okay.
So finding that next upcoming person, that's what's major for me. I'm not worried about these majors. Jermaine done made enough money.
Oh.
So, I'm just saying. I'm gonna put it out there. But I mean, it's just all about the independence. Who's taking that next throne.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: as with a degree in psychology, if Shad was a case study, in the classroom, and you watched
all of them are.
All of them are. Okay.
They're all case studies right now.
And you didn't know him, but you watched his lifestyle. You watched, I'm just using you as an example, but it's your real life.
Be ready.
You watched the different relationships we've heard about. Relationship with his baby's mom. You watched how he parties a lot. He's partied a lot. He's teaming up with Soulja Boy, who's lives a somewhat reckless life too.
That's deep. That's deep.
If I may put it mildly, when you're hanging out in blood neighborhoods in Compton and shooting off guns and having fights and
don't let him talk
Brown.
about your friend like that.
I'm just saying, it's facts.
Don't let him do it.
It's facts. It's all facts. That's my friend.
And he just sitting there.
But I'm just.
You gonna read about this later on. Watch.
But how do you profile? What would you say is going on with those young men?
From whose perspective?
From society, just in general.
Meaning from Bow?
Yeah, from Bow.
Now, keep in mind, I'm very analytical.
Okay, let's go with Bow first.
Okay, so what are you asking me exactly?
If you saw someone who was that
wild, reckless,
always on the edge, just always the need to party,
finding themselves,
and
that's what it is.
Yeah,
finding themselves. What you got to realize is that when you look, I need a chair.
Give him a chair.
What you got to realize is that
take my chair. Take my chair. Take the chair down.
I don't think Sway ever offered this chair. No, man. That's big.
Yeah, you take my throne, man. Go ahead, man. Sit in there. Be careful.
I ain't trying to break nothing because y'all not tapping me for nothing.
No, don't worry. SiriusXM has a lot of money. Go ahead.
Look. Now,
okay.
What was I saying?
Finding himself.
So look, in this business, what you have to realize is that when you, and just using Bow as an example, when you grow up in this business and you are truly hitting the road 80 miles an hour every day, you don't have time to stop and think, this is what I truly like to do. This is what I don't like. This is who I need to hang out with. For some of us who have had the time to just, be behind the spotlight, we've had time to analyze this room. I'm always thinking, who do I need to talk to? Oh, I need to give her a hug because my mom loves her. See what I'm saying? It's stuff like that plays a factor in it. I've had time to think about things. I told you last night, I've been trying to get in contact with you forever, but that's okay because you read my messages on Instagram.
Yes.
And you just ignored me.
Okay.
We'll get back to that some other time.
Profile.
But I mean, it's just, but it's time to, it's just about knowing yourself and being consistent at it. When you left and right, what time did you wake up this morning?
I don't even think I slept.
Okay. Did you eat this morning before you got here?
No, y'all beat me to the punch.
Okay. Did you guys eat this morning before y'all came to work?
Yeah.
Do you see how you had the time because it's consistent with what you're doing? With him, his schedule isn't necessarily consistent. He can be in LA, he could be on a private jet, going to Georgia, to New York, to Europe, Dubai, whatever it is. He doesn't necessarily have the time to full-blown just constantly think consistently. So it's about knowing who you are on a regular basis and always having your mind trained to know this is what's next. This is what I need to do. Does that make sense?
There you go. See, I want people to
Self-aware.
know who you are. And
Self-awareness.
Yana is like, damn, that made a lot of sense right there. When you watch this show, we're gonna find out a lot about each individual. One of the themes I just knowing you for so long, Shad, when listening to what you're saying and Jermaine Dupri, y'all interaction is you are finding yourself. It sounds like you at a crossroad in your career. You at a crossroad in your life. You know, you're 29. You know, you're gonna be
30. No, I'm 30 already.
You're 30 now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so damn, he's 30. Damn, he's 30 years old.
Yeah, man.
How you 30 and I'm 35? How that happen? Damn, how'd you catch up, man? That was crazy.
It happens, man. It happens, man.
Why did you want to do this show? Is this a career move for you?
Nah.
Is it redefining who you are, reinventing who you are?
Definitely not. For me, it was more. I think last night when you was there, you heard me shout out two of our producers who've been chasing me from E1 for like the past 5 years. When I was in New York doing 106, they was on my case then, and I was like, no, don't want to do it. I'm cool. Nah, I'm all right. Don't want to do it. And for me, after I got done with CSI, I told my mother, I said, yo, it's time for me to start owning something. You know what I mean? I've been in the game for too long for me not to be owning nothing. I watched Nick Cannon, a lot of people in the business, they always say, you know, you and Nick, you're hosting this, but Nick's hosting this. And I'm like, yeah, well, Nick got wild, and now Nick got some things. Yo, it's time for me to start owning something. So a couple years passed, and they just stayed on my bumper after I told them no like 4 times, seriously. And then they said, you know what? We already got this thing called Growing Up Hip Hop, and it's the #1 thing on Thursday nights. We're showing you what we can do. We want to do an Atlanta version. We want to bring you on, and we want to give you an executive producer role. And I said, okay, now we talking my language. So now we talking. Now we talking business. And I said, this is what I need to do as Shad Moss. You know what I'm saying? This is what I need to do. It's time for me to start owning things. And once they hit me with that first, I said, cool. Now I'm definitely down to do it. I want to talk. And the second phase was, who are we going to get on the show? Because I'm like, listen, I watch reality TV. We watch it. We hear the things of why people do it. And I said, if we do it, it's got to be right. I want to bring the big dogs in. I want to bring cats to reality TV who would say no if you offered them their own show probably. I said, well, I need Wayne. I need Snoop. We need his moms. We need Waka. We need everybody. It's Atlanta. We got to really go ahead. We got to go with it. We don't need we got to do it for real. We're going to do it for real. And once, I hit Snoop, of course, dog is like, yes. And then when we had Resnay, who's not here right now, she's actually getting ready for graduation. Yeah. Once Wayne got on, it's hard to get Wayne to do anything. Yeah. So once Wayne was like, no doubt, for my daughter, let's get it, bow, let's do it. I trust it. I know you ain't going to be on there looking crazy. I have her on it. And we did it, and it just all made sense. So with Atlanta, you got all of us plus Wayne plus Tiny plus the whole list, you know what I mean? And it just made sense then once we got everybody on board. And I said, let's go ahead and make it happen. And this is why, not to take any, knots from the original, but this is what kind of separates them in a way. You know what I mean? It is a difference, you know what I mean? So you'll see that on May 25th. Once you guys watch the show at 10 p.m. on WeTV, I had to go ahead and plug that. Go ahead,
plug that. That's what we're here for. We're going to go into some music. We're going to come back and open the phone lines. You want to talk to any member of this cast, get at them. 888-742-3345. Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. We got Shania here. Ayana's here. Zanique is here. Brandon Barnes is here. Shad Moss is here, a.k.a. Bow Wow. Are you tired of talking about the whole Bow Wow challenge thing? Yeah, Bow Wow. Here, give me that mic right here, man.
Nah, I mean, it's out there. Nah, not at all. I mean, because news get old after a while anyway. You know what I mean? Stuff dies down. Like, I was talking to my homies. Y'all was talking about Soulja. I'm like, to me, that was huge. And, stuff dies down after a while. But for me, like I told you yesterday, like, we joke all the time. Like, we play around all the time. Like, that's just how I rock. Like, I don't really get sensitive with jokes. I'm not really like a sensitive dude. Like, I'm not that type of person. I roll with the punches, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how I take it. I take it in stride. You see, as soon as I came in here, I said, don't forget, I was on the plane too. So yeah. So we gonna joke with it, have fun with it, and it's nothing to get. Why get tight? Like, it's nothing to get tight over.
Is it a lot of publicity we see from entertainers today? It feels calculated and contrived. Like. I'm trying to do whatever I can to get in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is that something you guys talk about? Because Soulja's done a lot of things that he has to know is going to put him in the spotlight.
That off subject, that dude is really, really smart, man.
Yeah.
Like, it be looking like it is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing I told him was the guns. I just told him about the guns. Right. I said, yo, you know what I mean? Don't let the people, don't feed into the comments, don't feed into people. If people think you this, think you that, you know who you are. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be waving no guns. Like, you got a real life situation, and the police is watching, and you don't need to be having a pistol. But because, you know, we men, and sometimes as men, we feel like we gotta, and it landed him in jail really quick. And when he got out, he kind of got right. You see, he's been on the low. He's been chilling. He's been on the low. You know what I'm saying? He's still working, still doing his thing. But, you know, I just told him that part. But then, you know, Soulja, he kind of really started or ignited the whole internet thing when he came out. And he told us, he was like, listen, I know y'all worried. I know what I'm doing. I got this. Y'all fall back. If I need something, I'll let y'all know. And I said, you a grown-ass man. I ain't talking to you no more about it. You do your thing. But I was just more concerned with the guns. I was just like, you know, you don't need to be doing all that. You don't need to be flagging the guns and doing all that craziness.
He did usher in the digital age.
He definitely
the first
did that.
YouTube artist
He
to really
definitely did
experience that kind of success.
That.
You got to give him that credence. You got to give him that. And a lot of people has followed his lead since.
Yes.
You talk about the guns with him, but in this first episode, there are guns.
Don't give him. You can't.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll reel up.
Nah,
Talk about it, but don't give it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, shit.
Yeah. Look, you see, I'll stop y'all.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Zonique, you have my back right there, right? It was so like, man, shoot.
I'm like, we can't give it away.
Well, how do I talk about it then? What is your relations with guns? How about that?
With me, none. I have none. I have no relations to guns. I think this morning I read a quote from John Gotti. I think it said something like,
Damn.
yeah, no lie. Look,
John Gotti.
yeah, because it was a dope quote. He was like, he said something like, I don't even want to misquote it. I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it. I don't want to misquote it, but something like, you know, you don't have to carry a gun, but you can be, or I guess you can be by one. Somehow he worded it. I'll find it, but for me, I mean, the only time security. You know what I mean? But I don't need to carry one necessarily. But, you know, of course, security, they gonna have that because you just never know what could happen, or if it's a life-threatening situation. I feel like any artist or anybody in a position of power who has security, they should be armed, you know. And a wise man told me, why you got security if they ain't armed? What's the point of that? You better off having your homies around. I mean, he big, but he gonna fight. Yeah. You need security. Security's supposed to be armed, licensed, and that's what security is. You know what I mean? So for that, as an artist and future athletes or future artists, no, you shouldn't be having a gun. For what? You're successful. You got money now. Hire you somebody. And, John, don't carry a gun. It's nice to have them close by, but don't carry them. You might get arrested. That's what John Gotti said.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
Thank you.
Hey, Yana, I feel like, and I might be ignorant, but out of the whole cast, I think I know her because who her father is. You know, she's in. You know, they've been on a lot of reality shows with that family, and he is who he is, and I know their parents. People are gonna get to know you in a way, you know, more about who you are. You know, and what you know, and no realizing who your father is, and what is it you want to do? What do you hope this show will accomplish for you, and what is it that you want people to know about you?
Honestly, I think we all kind of did the show for the same reason, for a platform, for everything that we're working on. I'm working on a clothing line. Like, all of us in here are working on something. So we just want to use it as a platform to make our dreams come true. Not necessarily for people to, not to be famous or anything like that. Just for us to have a platform to do what we want to do. And not have to use our parents to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't have to call my daddy every 5 minutes and be like, I need more money for this, or I need more money for that. Now we have a way to make our own money, have our own hustle, so that we can fund our dreams ourselves. Because we're all young, but we all grown. Like everybody is at least 18 on this show. So of course you want to be able to make your own money.
Yeah.
And be able to support your own dreams rather than asking your parents. Because I think we're used to that all our lives, being spoiled.
And everybody, we agree we all been spoiled all our lives? No. And if you've been spoiled, put your hand up. Put your hand up. Get that, son. You not. Kick right up.
Because I don't try. I mean, I say that I'm not spoiled because I'm not like the kid who asks for everything. Like, I don't ask my parents for anything, really. But I'm spoiled in a way. No, I really don't. I really don't. He doesn't even know. But I'm spoiled in a way to where I'm comfortable in the way I live. So I'm not like super like, oh, mom, I need money, but because I have my own money. Right. But I live a certain way to where sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like getting up and doing anything. How'd you get your own money? Well, see, my mom started that. Okay. And she put me in the group called G Girls or whatever, and we went on tour, and I saved up all my money. Like, I'm like a really cheap acting person is how I keep all my money usually.
Is she cheap, Ayana? She cheap? Yeah. She's really cheap?
Well,
she's frugal.
Frugal, okay.
Okay. And, I just save up a lot. And then, VH1 checks come in. I just save all my checks, and I take care of myself.
Okay. So in other words, she spent her parents' money and not hers.
Well, damn. I don't ask for it though.
that was the catch. You don't ask for it.
I don't ask for it, but sometimes it is received.
One thing I do notice is I feel like every other day there's some type of article just like focused on millennials, whether they're talking about a Kylie Jenner or just like the average kid like about to graduate. It's like, oh, entitlement, oh, all glow and no guts, you know what I mean? So I guess as an example that you guys are real like humans who are flawed, what's an instance where you got in trouble and you had to be like disciplined by your parents?
Well, for me, the only time that I really remember getting in trouble, I've always just knew that my mom was cool. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I just be like, she's going to say yes. I don't really have to ask my mom. And one time I stayed over this boy's house with my girlfriend. I was like 12. And I didn't tell my mom until we had this play the next day. And the son's mom was like, oh, your daughter was so sweet and all this. And I got in the car, mom was like, oh, so you stayed at a boy's house last night? And I was just like, I mean, yeah, I thought you was going to be cool with it. She was like, nah. And then, I got in a lot of trouble after that. And I feel like recently, I was in the club. Well, this is when Tip on V Live. Yeah. And I was up there with my friends, no security. I never go in the club without security. And he wasn't even up there. And somebody came in this like back room we was at. They was like, oh, your dad like walking in. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. Like, is he coming up here to get me? And they was like, I don't know. Like, we trying to see what's going on. And he comes back there and he's just like, and he takes me all the way up through the club. Me and my friends are walking in the line behind him looking like little kids. And he gives us this big speech like, you don't do that. You come in here with security and you shouldn't even be in the strip club. I'm like, it's your strip club. Like, I feel safe in here, And I just got in so much trouble that night. And I was like, I'm never coming back here.
Yeah, good. He told you too. So.
Oh, he told me.
Okay.
It was a lot.
Anyone else?
Oh, okay. I'm older now. I'm 26, so I don't get in trouble now. I don't even live with my parents. But as a child in high school, I was a problem. I got suspended all the time. It came to a point where I would get suspended and hide in my parents' house so they wouldn't know I got suspended. Like, I'd be suspended for 3 days, and my big brother used to like hide, because my big brother, his room was in the basement. He would hide me in his room all day, so my parents didn't know I was suspended. And got to a point where they was about to send me to alternative school, and my parents didn't want me to go to alternative school because it's like really like, it's like military school in Atlanta when they send you to alternative school. So they had to like sell the house and move me to another county. So that, because I couldn't go to school in that county anymore, so they had to move me to another county.
Would have been an alternative school. Get the hell out and sell a house.
Yeah. So then we moved to another county, and then I don't know. I just couldn't get it right at school. So I was just like, I can't do this. Yeah. So then they put me in homeschool, and then my very last semester of 12th grade, my dad sat me down. He was like, look, I really want to see you graduate. Like, I want to see you walk across the stage. I don't want them to mail you your degree. Like, that's something I really want to see my child do. So I was like, okay. So I went back to public school my last semester of my senior year just so that I can be able to graduate, like, a real graduation.
I respect that. All right. I appreciate it. Your daddy ever whip you?
No.
My dad doesn't with me, but my mom definitely does. And my parents, their biggest thing has always been boys. So, like, I'll say I actually started getting into, like, boys when I was, like, 13. And I wasn't allowed to date, per se. Well, my dad says, he still says I can't date.
No,
I
you
can't date
can't.
until I can bring a man home. So, that's 30. So, but my mom said I could date at the age of 16. So, before then, I used to call myself having, like, all these little friends, as they say, and I'd like sneak to the movie theaters to go hang out with them, and I'd get into big trouble. Somehow my mom's friends had like social media accounts, and they'd find out and like screenshot and send it. I'm like, how y'all notice? Like they was actually there. So that was like my biggest thing with my parents. Still is kind of sort of with him.
How do you do it, JD? Like how do you reprimand her or I don't know, discipline her? How does
You can take the bins. You get that out the way. Take the keys. You get the phone.
Wait, take the bins.
Yeah.
Like
That's major. She's in love with this car, right? Get this car out of here. The mind start working right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a funny thing, right?
Yeah, it's just crazy how it happens. What?
You taking the car before?
Oh yeah, we done took the car, the iPad, the phone, everything.
But Shania is so like, she's so like, she don't really get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you think.
That's why I was like, I'm shocked.
But see, like I said, I get in trouble with boys. I get in trouble when my grades are not right, which is very rare. But, you know, like, say, for instance, I make like my mom freaks out on a low B. So, say, for instance, something
wild.
like that, that's, you know, phone is gone. You
B
know?
minus is good.
Yeah. A B minus is good.
A B minus is good.
Brandon,
B-
can you analyze that?
Yeah, a B minus ain't good.
My test say
A B minus is good.
B minus is good on my side.
A C plus is. I remember.
That's kind of that's all right.
Nah, that's on the real. Like,
I'm still making it, right?
Did you go to high school?
Nah, I didn't do high school. I stopped at 7th grade is when I stopped.
Did you continue independent studies or
Yeah, I had to, especially doing all the movies and stuff. You know, that's like a big law out there in LA when you filming and stuff. They got to make sure it's mandatory you do that 3 hours type of thing. But for me, you know, yeah. Let's keep it like that.
Your pops wasn't in your life.
Nah, not at all.
So who would discipline you?
My mom.
Just your mom?
I caught ass whoopings on that Scream tour.
Okay.
Because you got to think like, oh, absolutely. You talking about.
You was getting your ass whipped on the Scream tour?
What? You gotta listen. You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Like when you're 13 years old and you're a millionaire, a multi-millionaire at 13, and you know it's you. You know what I mean? Like this is my job. You know what I'm saying? And then these 20,000 people at night, they here for me. Like that's power. Like. You know what I'm saying? So then your mom, you start feeling yourself like, listen, you only hit you. This is my show, and that's when it's like, listen, okay. I caught a lot of that.
You caught a lot of that?
Top. Yeah, off top.
Did you sustain your money like a lot of folks go?
You got to invest. You got to broaden yourself out. You got to get into different things. You got to buy things. Shout out to my boy Shamron Karuni. That's one of my closest friends in Atlanta. He owns a lot of wing stops in Atlanta. Going in business with him, you got to do a lot of that type of stuff. You got to stretch it out. Because stuff can go fast. Like now, the number one thing that I want to do now, I can say it because I live in LA too, is the medicinal business. You know what I mean? Moving into the medical business, the cannabis. That's like the big thing. I was just out in Denver like a week and a half ago or like 2 weeks ago. And, you know, that's the way to go. It's like you got to put it into something. Guys like Puff, guys like Hove showed us that. You know, if it wasn't that, then it would just stay rapping. But you see Hove then did the
Tidal,
liquor, the 40-40. You got to do. And it's fun to drive by and be like, yo, that's mine. You know what I mean? And, you know, like it brings me back to this project of why I really wanted to get involved with it. I wanted something to be like, oh, my hand is in it. I'm really a part of that. And it's a platform to help. Not only just myself, but to help, you know, like you said, the millennials get they stuff off, hustle and make sure they brand expands. That's what I'm into. That's what I want to do.
You're still a millennial, by the way.
Absolutely,
brother.
absolutely.
You got a couple
absolutely.
more years of
Absolutely.
millennialism ahead of you. Man, well, congratulations. I got some insight on the show.
Thank you.
And I really watch a lot of reality TV, but I was really entertained.
I heard you say,
Yeah.
you were sitting next to me.
Yeah.
It got real, right?
It got real. Yeah.
And it was real.
Now, who were you sitting next to?
Boy, Sway, you good.
Hold on, because I wanted to ask him that too.
Nah, that wasn't. Nah, you know. Yeah, I switch like, you know. It's like, like my clothes. It could, you know. It could. Yeah, I'm every day different every other day with mine. At least I'm real with it though.
Yeah, I ain't mad. You live but she was a pretty girl. What's her name?
Pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Yeah, pretty girl.
You
pretty
saw
girl.
her, right, Kelly?
She was a pretty girl. That's it.
Gone today.
Jermaine, you know her? The girl he was sitting next to?
Nah. He don't even try. Like Jermaine don't even try to even get close no more. He's like, it's a new one every other month. It's like, you know. But I'm just living, man. I'm having fun, man. I'm living my life. You know what I mean? I'm single for life. I can't do it.
How would you analyze that?
Yeah.
How would
You know, some things you just don't want to comment on.
Okay.
I'm just
gonna let it go.
I choose my battles wisely, and I don't want to have to, you know, put the nice young lady in her place if she come at me for saying something.
Okay. All right. So, I'm so sorry. Bow Wow was with a beautiful young lady. I thought it was his baby's mama. His child's mother.
Somebody went up to her and asked, almost killed my game. That one of the execs went up to her and said, "Yo, you look beautiful in the show." She's like, that wasn't me. I wasn't in the show.
Actually, I do have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
How did that make her feel watching what we saw last night at the premiere?
Yo, B, she grabbed my hand so tight. Yo, it was, I don't know. It was like she liked it. I don't know. I think she liked it. No, it's a scene in the, which is out. We could talk about that. The first scene that you see is me just wilding out completely. It's girls, it's liquor going, and you know what I mean. I had to go introduce the clip over in the other theaters. When I got back, I was like, "What did I miss?" That's what I asked, and she was like, "Oh, just you in a room with a bunch of thoughts, but you know, it's all good." And she grabbed my hand. She's like, "Yeah, you just hopped in the bed with 3 women," and I was like, "Oh,
she's a go-getter."
Yeah, she likes it.
She from New York?
Nah, she from Philly. She from Philly.
Okay.
She from Philly. Shout out to Philly. She from Philly.
Hey, well, listen, man.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm happy for all you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go out and be great. We'll be watching.
Yeah, May 25th, 10 p.m. 9 Central.
I know y'all gonna do something. Somebody gonna do something crazy. And know once you do that crazy, when you come up here next time, we'll be talking about it, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
No doubt.
Okay, Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. Thank you, man. Shaq, good to see you, brother.
Always,
all right, up next, we got the legendary Cool G Rap. Sway in the morning, Shade 45.
It's Sway in the morning, only
on Shade 45.